Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently cut off from expansion, although we can still expand in our local area a little bit. We've got a little up this way, a little down this way, but we are cut off from going out over this direction due to the independent Groknaploran fire tribes, and they're gonna die. They are definitely going to be annexed. There's no doubt about that. The only question is when, and the answer is not yet. The BOS Atlantic is going to head out over here, and we need additional influence to build more star bases. So we're going to give that a little bit of time. We are building up in Sirius right now, and this science ship doesn't really have much to do. So we're going to go excavate the excavation site in Galurum, because what else are we going to do right now? I mean, we could head out over this way and deal with those guys. I don't know that we're quite strong enough yet. We'll get there, but I don't think we're quite there yet. So Galurum is going to be where we're going to go. Our survey ship has scanned Galurum 4 and detected some artificial structures worth a closer look. Unnervingly, there are no signs of any population down there. That is unnerving. So we just finished up in Sirius, and a top priority here, ooh, high quality minerals. So we get minerals and turn this into an industrial world. Definitely. We are certainly going to colonize Sirius 3. And we're heading out there immediately. We're also going to grab our mining and research stations. And then we're going to build a starbase up in Waldor, probably. But for the time being, we'll grab this system. There we go. Nice. So our colony here has an empty building slot, but there's not really too much we can do about that right now, unfortunately. Okay, how are we doing on Earth? We have 3 available jobs. We do require amenities on Earth.
Construction complete.
So that's noted. We can, of course, build a city district, which will give us 2 amenities. We need more than 2, but we could certainly do that. We could drop potentially our commercial zones here that would produce amenities, though. We could drop our admin office. It's an interesting option. I'm not sure it's the one we want to go for right now. So we can definitely build our mining stations out over here. Cool. And we did finish up our blue lasers, so that's great. Improved deflectors is not really going to help our corvettes, because I don't put shields on corvettes. I don't think it's worth it. So that'll be fine. I think instead we're going to go for research station output here. Yeah, that'll be much, much better. So we'll let that go, but we are going to make sure that we have at least a mix of weapon types on our Corvette here. Because right now, our flak batteries are not good at armor, and our mass drivers are not good at armor. So instead, we're going to put on blue lasers, which are, in fact, good against armor. So we'll put that on. We will... Oh yeah, this doesn't have enough power. We drop our small deflectors here. We put on just nano-composite armor, and we could even put in a reactor booster if we wanted the extra evasion. And we'll go ahead and save that. Beautiful. So, that'll be absolutely fine, the John Henry class Corvette there. And we'll get that upgraded for 400 alloys. Cool. So that'll get some work done there. And the real question is, as I apparently kick my audio interface, that's exciting. The real question is, how much is our fleet going to be worth at that point in terms of battle power? Currently, it's not really changing much. But these drones don't actually have any shields. They're pure armor. So if we wanted to itemize against them, we certainly could do that. But I think for the moment, it's fine. It should be okay, and we should be capable of taking care of that.
Ships have been made superior.
We don't really know what weapons they have, do we? No, we don't. Okay, well, it's fine. We'll move over to Benami. And we'll move up to Wildor as well. Cool. So that is all going reasonably well. Okay, they're just chilling down in Arcturus for right now. And we're definitely going to attack them there. Okay, 2178. For the moment, because we're excavating this archaeological site, and we're working on this... Oh, we're 78% done with this. I think once we finish this, we'll look to move out over this way. For the time being, we'll move our fleet down here. And that'll be okay. Getting this colony going is still a reasonably high priority. And yeah, that's a tomb world there, but we can certainly build a starbase here once we get a little bit more influence. And our power projection is helping our influence, but we need more power projection, which of course means more naval cap, which is fine. We'll get that.
Construction complete.
Excellent. So we're heading up to Wildor now. Realistically, at this point, you know, we should just get rid of this construction ship. We can't maintain it influence-wise, and we're not in any huge rush right now. So let's not pay the upkeep on it. That'll be okay. So we'll build our mining stations here and then head down to Baron. Fantastic. So we're going to come in and attack these ancient mining drones. I do expect that we're able to defeat them. I think. We'll see. Researcher upkeep minus 20% is fine, but more importantly, we get 10% research speed. And then, even more importantly, we immediately grab technological ascendancy for another 10% research speed. So that brings us up across the board to reasonable research speed levels. Excellent. So we're coming through over here, and we're going to hit there. Ah, the Armenian Diplomatic Corps has been shaken by the news emerging from the independent Groknaploran, I'm going to mess that up so many times, fire tribes. Our ambassador Johanna Erhard, who had been stationed there, has gotten herself into a serious mess with Groknaploran law enforcement. She's currently in connection with a salacious affair involving an astonishing range of serious crimes that culminated in a brutal double murder. As matters stand, and with rumors running wild amongst the Groknaplorans, there seems little doubt as to Johanna Erhard's guilt. The Groknaploran authorities have requested that her diplomatic immunity be lifted so she can face justice for her deeds. Well, minus 30 influence, or we take a opinion hit. Do we care about their opinion hit? No, we do not. So we're going to recall her. We're going to conquer them very soon, so this is fine. Excellent. So we're arriving down over here. We're 95% done in Bellatrix. So that's looking great. We're going to be jumping here.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
And fingers crossed that we've got enough here.
Battle is joined.
Our blue lasers are really doing some work here. But is it enough? It's kind of looking like it isn't. They're really chunking through our armor.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, they're definitely chunking through our armor. We lose that. They're no longer a valid rival for our empire. Hilarious. So we lost a few ships there. It wasn't that many, to be honest.
Scientific breakthrough
We're still at 15 of 20,
achieved.
so that seems fine. We're going to just queue ourselves up an additional 5 corvettes, get those rebuilt. Society research from researchers is always good, and we're just going to grab... How about food from farmers? Sure. We'll get that underway. The Ptolemy is not doing anything up here because there's this asteroid listening post, and we'll go ahead and research that. These guys declared us their rival, but, yeah, we redeclare our rivalry. There we go. They lay claim to the Sirius system. Hilarious. Cool. So Alpha Centauri Prime requires a job here, and that's going to be a generator district, I'm pretty sure. We don't yet have the energy grid, so yes, we're going to build a generator district here. This is a generator world for us. At least that's what it's most efficient to be. So we're going to finish up this asteroid listening post up here from the Erasians. That'll be great. And our first fleet will arrive back soon. The main question is, when are we going to finish up those improved Corvette hulls? We don't actually have to do any upgrades for that, so that's good. The first fleet will be arriving back in about 4 months. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. The BOS Atlantic can certainly be working over here.
Achieved.
Hang on. Archaeological project was completed, but I don't think that was our dig site. No, it was not. We've learned that the Erasians used the listening post on asteroid 377D59C to spy and plan attacks on neighboring civilizations during the expansionist phase of their empire. These attacks met with dramatic success, and the Erasians soon became the dominant power in this section of the galaxy. By the time they were decimated by the Javorian pox, this listening post had long since been abandoned by the Erasian military. Cool, an interesting find. So we're going to move this science ship down over here. And we finished up our improved Corvette hulls. Ceramo metal armor is our next target. Beautiful. Our surface expedition has reported back some astounding findings. The planet has multiple major cities, all abandoned, but in quite good shape considering their age. The infrastructure and urban planning of each city is remarkably structured and harmonious, indicating a highly cohesive civilization driven by centralized collective ideals, perhaps even a Gestalt consciousness of some kind. Based on the architecture and interior fixtures, the species that built all this seems to have been small fungoids, with a fairly low state of technical advancement. Where exactly they all went remains unknown. Well, we'll look into that. Cool. So our ships will arrive back shortly. And there's our research station output finishing up. Fantastic. We'll grab basic combat rolls. And we're just kind of cutting our teeth on these ships over here, right? They're definitely weaker now. So our second pass should finish up. Did we lose our rivalry here? No? Okay, they just canceled their rivalry and then redeclared it. Sure, that's fine. So the first fleet is back now. We'll get those combined together. And that should be repairing. Go on back to Sol Station and repair. There we go. Now we're being repaired. Fantastic. So we're 1.7k in terms of strength right now. That definitely seems lower. 2.2. Okay, it just hadn't updated. Sounds good. So with that updating, that should be fine. Ceramo metal armor and basic combat rolls will be done eventually. But we're definitely focusing on expansion militarily early on here. So our next tradition is probably not going to be exploration, or rather expansion. We'll see on that, but I'm guessing it won't be. We definitely want to queue up some of these upgrades here. There we go. We'll get that all underway. Fantastic. And Sirius Prime will be done soon enough. And yeah, we'll be arriving down here quite shortly. We're going to attack over here again. And with any luck, this time we'll be able to eliminate these guys. We got through the armor on a lot of them. So that's very, very good. And we did take down about 25% of them as well. So with them being 25% weaker, with us being stronger, and with a lot of their armor being reduced, this should go better for us. We'll see if it is good enough. But in we go. Cool. Yeah, this is definitely a market improvement, but we are still taking losses. That's to be expected. We are firing a bit on the station here, which is not ideal. But there we go. We eliminate them, and that's perfect. Now we're going to go back and get repairs and reinforce, while our science ship comes in and researches projects and surveys the system. Fantastic. So in we go there.
We have established a new planetary base.
Beautiful. Sirius is now online. So we're going to primarily, at least at first, we're going to have this be a mining planet. So we're going to put in a mineral purification plant right away, just to mark that as a mining world. But this will probably not get set up with the... did they change the way that this is done with the designation? No? Okay. So we will probably have this set up as a mining world at first, and then transition it later into an industrial world. Is likely going to be the goal. So we'll get all of this set up. Cool. We got some good technological advancements there. Absolutely great. And we're going to continue to explore out over this way. We will need our second science ship back eventually. But I'm just going to set this to automatic survey and then set this to automatic survey once it's done with its archaeological site. That should be fine for now.
Debris analyzed.
Beautiful. So there's another chunk of progress for a bunch of things.
Achieved.
Ceramo metal armor finishes up. We can definitely grab coil guns here. Or ion thrusters. Or afterburners. All three of these are very, very good for our corvettes. Ion thrusters will stick around, so it's between afterburners, granting us 5% evasion and 10% sublight speed, or coil guns, granting us additional damage. But only against shields, really, not versus armor. Here's the question. How much are these guys actually using shields? I mean, their starbase has shields, obviously. Let's grab afterburners for now. Having our ships stay alive 5% longer will likely end up paying off more than doing a tiny amount more damage. I'm guessing that to be the case. So we're just going to get our fleet repaired here. We're also going to upgrade them. Now, did this auto upgrade? No, the John Henry class is set to auto upgrade. Okay, that's fine. So we are going to want to get these upgraded, which we'll do.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Cool. We also finished up our food from farmers. Looks good. Pop growth speed is really important at this stage of the game. So we will absolutely take that. Fantastic. Okay, so Arcturus is going to be a thing that we need to take on.
Superior.
What do they have for armies there? Basically nothing. The main problem right now is that we have very little data out over this direction and we can't make claims. That's the main issue. Main thing keeping me from declaring this war, to be honest. Volatile moats have been discovered. Cool. That's out over this way. So that's absolutely great. And at this point, I'm actually okay with getting a construction ship back out. Things went a little faster than I expected, so we can get a construction ship to fill in some of this backline stuff, while this guy, once he's done in Anahita, comes out to Iostars. That'll be fine. Our generator world here does require a job, as well as some amenities, and I wouldn't mind getting some, like, holo theaters here. That is a lot of amenities. Yeah, let's get that done.
We have encountered some manner of space-borne beast.
The BOS Ptolemy has encountered a significant ancient mining drone presence in the Obtelis system. It appears to be a major mining and mineral processing hub, perhaps the last of its kind in the galaxy. Indeed. That is a lot. Okay, for right now, we're just going to forbid our fleets from going through Obtelis. We can't handle that at this moment. So we're going to continue our automatic survey elsewhere. Basic combat roles has finished up. Beautiful. So from here, we could certainly grab... Honestly, research station output is probably the best thing that we can grab there. So that does, of course, mean that we can also upgrade our fleets again. So we're now chilling at a
construction
cool 2.6k for our fleet strength. That's great.
We have encountered some manner of
additional mining drones out over here. There's a lot of them. This one we can definitely handle. Okay. Well, let's continue to explore out over here and see how many more mining drones we run into. The BOS Danube is, of course, not doing anything. We'll send it up to Turum. And from here, we can choose. What do we want? Normally, I would take expansion, but we feel pretty closed in here. Maybe we go with, like, Supremacy and just start warring. Ship build speed, ship build cost reductions, naval cap increases, fleet command limit increases, ship fire rate, damage versus star bases. Honestly, I think this is the way to go. That doubles our naval cap. So that allows us to get a second fleet of corvettes. We don't have anything other than corvettes right now. But we'll create a new fleet. And, in fact, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm just going to create ourselves a corvette here, a John Henry class. All we have is John Henry class corvettes. We could have different corvette models. That is true. But we'll see. Okay. So, one of the planets orbiting the star bears the still open wounds of some past calamity. Its surface is a roiling sea of half-melted minerals boiling into a superheated atmosphere, but Armenian astronomers claim that it may once have supported life. A special project has been issued to study the molten planet. Okay, so we'll definitely look into that. I'm not sure where exactly that is. Out here. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that right away. We've discovered what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Elthier system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds, if it could somehow be stabilized. Cool. So once we're done over here, of course, we're going to move down to Iostars. We also finished up our archaeological site here, or we're continuing it, to be precise. Further studies of the lost civilization of Galorum IV have given rise to more questions than answers. The plain, sturdy structures are thousands of years old. Hold on. We'll get to you in a moment. Are thousands of years old, and all seem to have been constructed at roughly the same time, perhaps as brief as a single century. Similarly, any additions or renovations to the urban structure seem to be done planet-wide at sudden, widely separated intervals. The oddly punctuated development of this society seems to show no appreciable change in population size. Well, we'll keep digging. Cool. The unfortunate fate of the planet can be laid squarely at the feet of cosmic whims. Some gravitational disturbance, after eyeing the system's sun with some suspicion, our scientists named a transient space-time anomaly as the likely culprit, forced the planet from its natural orbit to one much too close to the sun. Although the planet is slowly spiraling out towards its original orbit, it has been cooking in the residual heat from the star ever since. Okay, cool. So proceeding forward here, we've got our second fleet here. We can definitely recruit another admiral. Ooh, evasion is always good. So we don't have enough unity to recruit this yet. That's 300 unity. That's pretty expensive. What we can do is bump this up to a command limit of 20. Fantastic. We'll get that underway constructing and build our mining stations up in Turum. Beautiful. So our second fleet is now constructing, and we should be quite a lot stronger than these guys, I think. Unless they're going a similar path as we are, which they're hegemonic imperialists, which they may well be. So that's definitely something to note. But we do want to attack them, and soon. A group of investigators have found a hidden factory on Sirius Prime. The building, in its state of decay, tells of an old civilization, one that excelled at constructing things that stood the test of time. Our population would easily be able to use the facility to add to the colony's production output. Okay, cool. This is on what, Alpha Centauri Prime? Those show up in the features, right? I believe so. Sirius Prime? Yeah. So this odd factory worker job, what does that actually produce? Alloys. Okay, cool. We do definitely like alloy production. We're receiving a weak signal from the surface of this moon. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Well, we'll definitely look into that. Cool. We're, of course, going to continue to upgrade our fleet here. There we go. Pouring as many alloys as we can into that. Okay, +4 here. I probably should have read that, but I didn't. We're going to head down to Iostars next, and Turum is going to be done shortly here. There we go. So we'll head out to Wildor, but we're going to be capped by our influence here. Yes, we're going to be capped by our influence here. We can actually support up to 42 units of fleet size. Well, a size 2 fleet is probably useless, so we'll not go to 42 yet, I don't think. But at least we're getting some power projection out of it. Cool, so I'd like to buy in additional alloys. We'll buy in about 900 and use those to help fill out this fleet. It won't be fully filled out. We'll make progress on that, and then we'll grab Iostars. Beautiful. So next up, of course, is going to be Wildor, but it's going to take 4 month ticks before we're ready to do that. And it is, in fact, time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, although Afterburner's just finished. Ooh. There's a lot of good stuff here. Destroyers? Destroyers. Okay, so we'll get destroyers going, and that'll be great. For now, though, it is time to put that cut in. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode... Well, first off, let's go ahead and get this set up as picket computers. But we are building ships of this design. That'll be done shortly. I'll get this saved as soon as that's done. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including, I'm waiting for this to finish. Okay, there we go. Now I can switch over to my list. Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Unisoul, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.